I see a lot of scouting was tried this turn. Mostly in vain, but it's still kind of funny. So we got another level in Conjuration first class here. Seeking's Court is a nice spell to summon a level 3 water mage with his own bunch of trolls. And wow, 28 of our long dead horsemen are already dead, but we won. Bogarus attacked Miglan at 1. Well, some battles here. Well, and Soaked Earth. Oh, for fuck's sake. Some trolls out of nowhere. I hate this. And a scout of my ally dies, and several scouts of Bogarus die. And we finish in Castle at Smakia. But of course we now have to deal with the invasion in Soaked Earth. Trolls. Please. Well, what to look at first? Ah, yes! Another nail in the coffin of Yomon. Still have lots of preaching to do. All those black camels are Yomon's dominion, and as long as someone believes in Yomon's god, Yomon will not die. Either that or I have to occupy every single province, and as a land-based nation that's kind of hard if your enemy sits underwater. More crossbowmen, because I still haven't learned yet that it's kind of a bad idea. To remind you, crossbowmen can now have more range and do armor piercing damage, so they are better than the normal archers. But they shoot only every second turn, and they don't have rings, so they don't mix really well with my flying armies. But anyway, I'm still stupid, so there are still lots of these guys. Hopefully they will in the future die in some battles, and hopefully I will remember to not recruit another 200 of them or something. It's always really useful if you remember that your armies can fly, because flying means you can just generally move free provinces regardless of what is in a way, because otherwise forests, swamps and all that icky stuff can slow you down. Of course there are special abilities to deal with this, but not every unit has them, or several of them, so sooner or later even your best scout will find themselves in terrain where they're crawling slowly along. Units with wings, however, can just ignore that and move always as if they have strategic map move 3. You have of course to look out, because sometimes you get stuff like when I learned that my storm guards are, because of their heavy armor, moving actually slower than other flying units, so it's kind of a pain if you notice this 50 turns into the game. But I still haven't noticed yet, so I'm blissfully unaware that from my 2 expensive units, one flies actually a lot slower. And it's of course the better unit. Ha! My luck. Anyway, Diplomacy has revealed that Bogarus wants Miglan and has invited me in for a smorgasbord of eating Aztecian frogs. Anyway, this means invasion, of course, which is why you saw that one red arrow suddenly pointing southwards, because this army is now invading. Luckily, Miglan, like any nation in this stupid crazy game, has built lots of fortresses, so even though Bogarus is incredibly superior, Bogarus will get stuck at some force here and there, which gives us time to snatch some provinces and fortresses of our own. Quite nice. Of course it's still annoying because we of course get also stuck. We just have more armies in the theater here, so we can siege more things. But wow, I am really running ahead into the future here, but at this point I didn't actually know how this would be going, since there are still possibly some large armies left, and I don't know what exactly Miglan has done magic and research wise. I don't know what kind of bless he uses and all that stuff. I guess I'll find out the hard way. Alright, does that large lump of units can march onwards to the south, and I have a new Skull Mentor for a new Shaman, and now he can research like a motherfucker. Oh, trolls. And of course, they are sitting on my important Astral/Nature Mage recruiting compound. That's kind of stupid, but well, I guess now I have to throw them away. Or down, or however it's shit. I'm talking and babbling English for 40 plus episodes and I'm still bad at it. Anyway, thankfully we have lots and lots of units in our capital right next to the stupid trolls, and even some minor generating powers and being super strong won't help 13 trolls hold up against an entire real army. One thing to remember is, of course, my trampling mammoths won't do as well against trolls than against smaller units, because trolls are size 3 and the rule is you can only trample units smaller than yourself. So if, say, a size 4 trampler meets another unit of a smaller size, they can trample them. I think it has... wait, no, I'm actually not entirely sure. Is this one size smaller or 2 sizes smaller? Because I think our mammoths are size 4, which means they can trample units of size 3, which is, well, giant sized, but not that giant. Size 2 would be normal human size, like our winged dudes. Wow, I actually totally forgot. Well, if our mammoths are size 3 like normal cavalry, then they can only trample human-sized and smaller. If they are indeed counting as larger monsters, size 4 in other words, then they should be able to trample cavalry and, well, trolls. Man, now I wish I had taken a better look at the few battles in the past where my mammoths were fighting independent cavalry. Or did that actually happen? That has been so long ago, I actually forgot. Shit, wow, I guess I could call this the amnesia episode when I'm finished. Anyway, it's not that relevant either, because at this point I'm trying my best to kill my mammoths so they don't slow me down. They are really past their expiry date, so to speak. They're still good units, but they're bad moral, and their vulnerability to magic will really be a giant pain in the ass if I don't get rid of them soon. Also, I have to pay upkeep for them, which is, well, shit. Since every stupid spell and fireball aiming their way will terribly maim them. Ah yes, I've started to name stuff because I slowly began to lose oversight of what mage is doing what. Remember, harp seraphs have multiple combinations of paths they can have, and we can only use a couple of them. The others don't actually relate to any usable spells for us. It also doesn't help that the graphic used for them and for... well, they look also similar. A Harp Elder looks similar to a Caretaker, for example, and the Harp Seraphs all blend together in my eyes, so I have real trouble telling which one is actually doing what and so on. Anyway, this of course means I have to either right click every time before scripting, trying out scripts randomly, or I have to plan ahead and give them some kind of alphanumeric code or something, so I can remember what kind of paths that particular mage has. So for example, if some herb serf has 2 air, then I could put down something like AS10 for air support 10. Then I know if I look at it in my army scripting screen, yes, that guy can only cast air spells and stuff like that. Right now I'm still barely able to keep up, but it will get really stupid soon. Anyway, the little army is finished, and now we're going to hit some trolls. And oh, yes, I forgot about that. I accidentally switched something around in my map filters. I want to see flags and force. Thank you very much. Hey, funny, I haven't ever mentioned this, but yes, you can filter your map, which is kind of useful because sometimes visibility can be kind of harsh, especially if giant stacks of units are moving around. So sometimes it's useful if you want to switch something on or off you normally wouldn't look at. I'm using, and I'm most comfortable with, as you can see. There is more stuff I could display, but normally I don't really care for it. Stuff like names, for example, that can get terrible fast. I try normally to keep up a decent balance between information and visibility. And yes, more armies on the march to the south. Now more targeted towards Miklan than Yeoman, because Yeoman is basically dead. And yeah, I completely forgot to show this battle, but yes, we drew the stupid sharks off. That battle was not very eventful, so I'm sparing you the details. Pangea is there, Garth is there, Bogarus is gigantic as always, and we're starting to attack Miklan. Soon the second army will invade. Right now that army is still waiting for my last fortress in the south to complete. Still somewhat off too. We still need at least 1 level more to get Mount Fiends, and we can get some nasty summons with level 8 if I leave it at that. And that's it for this turn. Until next time, Liploini out.